Question number one. My name is Arturo Ceballos. I got 22 years of 12-volt experience, and I have been at this shop for 5 years now. Question number two. Biggest challenge. I would say the biggest challenge that I've had this year has absolutely learning technology. We've been adding slowly automation, and that has been absolutely a learning curve, but absolutely worth it as I see the value of it, and those are the little things that actually do make a difference for techs. It's a helping hand. Question number three. How coworkers or customers would describe you, and how do you influence the team and store culture? Oh man, that's a lot of one. So my coworkers, they just love me. I mean, they love spending time. They love, especially whenever we go out for trainings, they just love what I bring to the team. What do I bring as far as the store culture? Everything. Without me, there's no audio by art. So the store needs me. My coworkers need me. The shop needs me. I need me. What about my clients? My clients just know that I'm a stand-up guy. That I do what I say that I'm gonna do. That I'm here for them, and I will do everything in my power to deliver that experience that I promise. That's who I am. Question number four. Description of your installation specialty and philosophy. Well, specialty. Being a solo rider, I just need to be efficient in pretty much all the areas. But I believe what I enjoyed the most will be wiring and OEM integration. But I'm starting to enjoy the new chapter that I've started to take on this year, which is automation. With the tools that you could get, I mean, as far as 3D printing or whether it's a laser cutting machine, it just opens up a whole door for items that we can create in order for us to complete a project. As far as what my philosophy is, I will just keep on trying until I get to where I need it to be. For instance, I did this little part, and yeah, that's how many times I did it, and I was not happy with it. So I did it. I just kept on doing it until I got it right. So I am relentless when it comes to that point. So my philosophy is, somebody's trusting me with their hard-earned money, which is their vehicle. I'm gonna do everything in my possible mind and my hands and everything to make sure that I deliver what I told them I was gonna do. Question number five. What do you want customers to remember about the installation aspect of your service? I want them to remember that I gave it all. I want them to remember that I just did absolutely everything that I could in order for me to deliver the best experience for the audio project. That's what I want. I give it all. Question number six. Name industry professionals or experiences that have had an influence on you and your career. Well, given that I've had, that I've got 20 plus years of experience in my industry, I just got a lot of people, and I don't think I will have enough time for me to talk about everybody. But this year, I want to say that I want to throw a couple names. My good friend Lance Doss that I worked with out in California, he's been an influence in my career. I did learn a lot from Lance, whether it's for techniques and how to install sails and whatnot. So I appreciate Lance quite a bit. Other person that I want to talk about would be Dean and Fernando from 5 Star Car Stereo out in Florida. You know those guys. But anyways, I appreciate because I've learned a lot from them. Whether it's about videos, how to tape, and social media, whatnot. I mean, those guys have been really open about sharing, and I've learned quite a bit. The other person I would like to talk about would be Carlos Ramirez from MBS. Carlos has been just a great person, and I've learned a lot from him when it comes about motorcycles and social media. And you know what? Now that I think about it, he's always been open to answer, even though he's extremely busy. So pretty cool. The other person that has impacted my life and I respect quite a bit is my friend Christian Herrera from NOLA. And always talking and learning and sharing and whatnot, and he's just been an amazing person, and I'm really blessed to have him as a friend. Question number 7: why should you be part of the top 50 installers? Be specific. Because I'm tired of Canada being back to back. It's time that somebody from the US takes it. Hold on. That should be my top 12 question. So erase that. Question number 7: why should you be part of the top 50 installers? I don't know. That's for the panel to decide. I've been told many times by industry members, techs, reps and whatnot. That I'm pretty good. So that's for you guys to say. You know what? Art deserves it. Art shows that he's willing to go that extra mile on projects. Art, it's always on trainings. Art's always listening. So maybe that's enough reason. I don't know. My work shows it, because every job is really important for me. Question number 8. So I gotta show you. Wire rack, screws. I'm a firm believer of having clips. Why? Because you never know. I've started my collection for metric, grommets, and yes, I'm a firm believer of having hardware, because you always need it. Computer, just pick up this guy because now that we're doing design and whatnot, so we need a better computer. So I've learned a lot. Got the 3D printer, just going at it. We got this section right here where we got all the goodies, tools, router bits, because you gotta have those, and obviously all the tools. This is the new add-on for this year. This is the laser machine. Racks, so whatever we disassemble the vehicles. CNC. My baby. The table saw. And then the new add-on for the shop. Well, actually 2 of them, because my air compressor would be all of one broke. But we got this guy. We got all the templates. You just gotta have them. We just pick up this guy, drill press, templates, Question number 9. Still shots of work samples. Will do. Also guys, circles 1, in case you were wondering. Alright, so now we get to see some of the work. This is a rescue that came in on a Toyota Tundra. And if you guys notice, the monitor is being held by bungee cords. And we just had to figure it out how to fix it for the client. So the first thing was to figure out what the hardware is for Toyotas. Then I fabricated a mount out of acrylic. And the reason that I did that is to make sure that the mounting holes match perfectly. Next example is a Jeep Wrangler JK that I had the fortune to take on, as I'm quite known in my area for doing quite a bit of 911 wiring rescues, and this Jeep had it all. You can think of that accessory, it has it, and a lot of the stuff was really creative. Alarm, remote start, window modules, the audio system. I mean, he had it all. On top of that, a lot of lights. So here are some of the shots, a lot of examples of the wiring being fixed. And you know, it's just one of those projects that I took on for a long time, but quite happy with the results, and the client was super ecstatic with the results achieved. And just look how much of a wire nest I got at the end. This next example is a 1956 F100. Beautiful truck. Client wanted to add some speakers, and unfortunately somebody had attempted to do a sound system on it before, so had to fix that. And then we had to get creative. We'll modify the kick panels, added a nice Morel amplifier, made a mount, and everything's done neatly underneath the seats. And we also laser an emblem so that we can put it right there on the center console. So, you know, overall, nice project. And you can see the previous head unit that he had. Next example is a system that I had the privilege on taking on. This one's in a Toyota Tacoma. This one was a really nice system because the client really pushed the envelope. He allowed me to do pretty much anything because the angle was a super clean audio system that had a lot of presence, a lot of stage, and we were able to do that by doing a 3-way setup in the front. Obviously we had to heavily modify the doors, we had to sound dampen, we had to cover adapters made out of acrylic. But I think the biggest challenge on this vehicle was absolutely the tweeter. The client really wanted a big tweeter, so we ended up doing a 25mm tweeter by Blam Signature Series. And as you guys can see, absolutely no room. So there was a lot of fabrication that we had to do in order for me to be able to fit that big tweeter. But overall, the whole experience, the whole process was really rewarding at the end of the day because that system was amazing. The other challenge that I had is we had to do a lot of bass, so I had the great idea of doing a quad 10-inch enclosure, and finally we ran out of space. Why? Because if you ever work on a Tacoma, you know that there's no space, so I had to find a place for me to mount the amplifiers and had to do it underneath the rear seat, and that on its own was a lot of fun. We also made a custom bracket for the director, and overall just a really nice sound system. Here are some shots of the wiring that I do. Every time I try to do any wire runs, I try to do it the most neatly way and make sure that everything's serviceable, because as you guys know, things do happen. So we want to make sure that we're able to go back in there and we're able to service in case we have any issues, period. And here's the final product, the quad enclosure amplifier racks. conductor piece right there, molded. And the final shots of the tweeters. Take 1,343. Crap. Take 1,444. Or was it 45? I don't know. Who said this was gonna be easy?